Public transport is an issue on the minds of many Victorians in the lead up to the state election. The parties involved are jostling for favouritism, with votes set to be cast in November. The current state government's multi-million-dollar network development plan will address infrastructure issues surrounding Melbourne's transit system, but has neglected a potential vote-changing problem. Both metropolitan and regional Melbourne trains lack internet connectivity for commuters.
Over 75,000 people use metro systems daily, and many of these people believe that a Wi-Fi system would be rather useful.
So I'm a student from Melbourne. I study in the Swinburne University, and it would be great to have Wi-Fi in the trains.
The Labor government's promise to deliver 40 new Wi-Fi equipped trains by 2013 has gone unfulfilled. Premier Dennis Napthine now believes a plan to equip CBD trains with an internet connection will be too expensive, describing the telecommunication companies as greedy. But Public Transport Victoria will install free Wi-Fi for commuters at Flinders Street Station later this year. On-the-spot fines provided $125.7 million in revenue for the state government last year, and many passengers would like to see the money put towards Wi-Fi on trains. V-Line trains transport a significantly lower amount of people than CBD trains, with daily passenger numbers reaching 38,000.
There are more than 620 kilometres linking Melbourne to its 5 regional centres via railway. Commuters face black spots amongst 40% of that line.
Despite this problem, none of the parties involved in the upcoming election have plans to install Wi-Fi on all V-Line trains.
Having been on the V-Line trains the last 6 years, the internet connection between here and Ballarat is pretty woeful. You might get 20 minutes of uptime. So from my point of view, the Wi-Fi is an important part of business travellers on the train.
But the state government's plan to install Wi-Fi for passengers on routes to Ballarat, Bendigo, Geelong, Seymour and Traralgon for $40 million.
It's just, in this modern age, where we don't have Wi-Fi on the trains, it's just pretty bad, I reckon.
Free Wi-Fi on trains is wanted by many Victorians and could affect how they vote in November. Dr. Philip Branch is the wireless communications expert at Swinburne University.
Perhaps the money might be better spent on dealing with some of the spots where you don't have coverage at the moment, where the cellular networks don't cover. There might be a better way of providing coverage rather than providing wireless LAN on public transport.
Oh, look, I wouldn't think it would sway my vote if the Libs or Labor were going to implement Wi-Fi on the V-Line.
A viable option. Look, it's a viable option now if viable means technically feasible. Whether it's an economic option is another matter. I have my doubts. I think that cellular technology is pretty good price these days. Or if you shop around, you can get a pretty good price.
I can do stuff for the uni while sitting in the train, and that would be perfect.
Wireless LAN is not expensive to deploy. The biggest cost with most of this communications infrastructure is not the actual hardware that's put out there, it's the spectrum.
Having Wi-Fi on V-Line would be really beneficial because there have been times when I wasn't able to check my emails and arrived at uni and a class was cancelled. Wi-Fi would really influence my opinion in who to vote for because I feel that being from a regional area, I'm missing out and I want Wi-Fi.
All political parties involved in the upcoming state election refuse to commit to Wi-Fi on the trains. This is Saed Hussein reporting for Guinea4Watch.com.